Yes. Hello, my beautiful Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? Because we have talked about Puffy so much on this channel that I'm tired, child. It's come to the point that it really doesn't matter what is happening about Puffy, because we are at that stage now where we do realize that he's going all the way down and most probably will not come back. Translation, he is finished. But in so doing, that is in his decline, he won't go alone. He can't go alone because he was not the only one in this saga. Henceforth, I bring up the beautiful Kimora Lee, who has had quite a rough week. Her house burnt down. Yup, while the children and herself were in it. By the special grace of God, the firemen came in time to extinguish the flames. The smoke, the debris was there for all to see, and Kimora clutched her pearls, her 5 children, and said to herself, I know somebody did this. This was not an accident. I felt very sorry for Kim because, as we very well know, there have been a couple of things that have just mysteriously happened. The bombing of cars, the driving off a cliff. Yep, that was the doctor who did Cassie's chest. And when Puffy was not happy about it, guess what happened? He told the doctor, get them redone. He was texting when he drove off a cliff in Malibu. I lived in California 10 years. That's really strange to me. It is strange that at around this time, and Kimora has been dropping 1 or 2 innuendos, that she should have a fire. Of all this time, let's think about it. All of a sudden now, she has a house fire and all the children are in it. You know, because when something kicks off, you will smell something. You would have heard something. The children are all over the house. All of them were sleeping. And then you have a fire. As if that was not bad enough, what? We had her ex-husband, Russell Simmons, in Bali, Indonesia, where he self-exiled after he had so many SAs. There was a whole documentary on this. I remember that like yesterday. I remember the 90s. I remember that era like yesterday. And so he is sitting down having being interviewed, talking about Kimora stole $800 million in stock. Well, that was what it was worth the last time he checked. And so he wants his cut.
What are you like as a partner in marriage? I must have been a partner of what I hear. No, I was very generous and tried to be supportive. We were together 15 years, Kimora and I. And for 8 years, we were married. Another 7 before that, we were back and forth. And then I was best friends with Kimora throughout the entire raising of my children. I'm the godfather to all 3 of her other children. I was good friends with Jaimin. I was good friends with this Tim Leisner. So I tried to be as flexible and as accommodating and supportive. And then, you know, sometimes things don't work out. You've seen there's a lawsuit. I had no choice. I think Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Lord Buddha, anybody would have sued.
What?
It's a lot of money and it can help a lot of people. She gave what is now, today, based on the stock, $800 million to the government illegally. And now I'm fighting to get my half of it back. And it was in support of Tim, who, as you know, is a convicted criminal. And they stole, I think it was $6 to $8 billion from the Malaysian people. And his bail was my stock, which had no right to be.
Kimora alleges that you didn't use any of your own money to buy the stock. You didn't use
not alleges. Tim paid for stock.
Own money
Tim bought the stock.
Invest in her investment company?
It was my company. Tim put money in my company and we bought the stock. It's obvious. The government will figure that out. It was mine. I found the company. I built the company. I reformulated the drink. I got LeBron and Kobe and Kim Kardashian and Puffy and everybody to promote it. It was nothing. And now it's worth $16 billion, right? And I was part of that process. In fact, it would never have existed. That's a fact. So I did the work and I owned the stock. And then one day they just took it behind my back and gave it to the government as his bail. And then it was only worth $60 or $70 million. Then plenty of money for me. I'm a billionaire. I live in Bali. It's cheap. I have what I have. I'm happy. The fact that it's going to ballooned up to 800 million is quite maybe I should thank everybody if, when it gets all resolved. But in the short term, there are people I can't help. There are philanthropic, social, and political concerns that I would normally help.
What are the steps that have to happen?
Well, I don't even go into legality. Yeah. Well, the government has now moved back and said they want to negotiate. They don't want to go to trial over it because they want to go to forfeiture. So they said they're going to negotiate. We hope that we can make a reasonable. I hate that I give them anything. I offered them 10% of my half. And then she's sitting on a bunch of it that she can't cash either. So the stock is totally at the mercy of the market, how much money it is. Mm-hmm. And it goes up sometimes what's equal to $100 million and down. I built this hotel thinking I had the stock too.
The irony about this 800 million or this company, this water company of which he had Kobe Bryant go out there, and push the brand. He had P. Diddy go out there, push the brand. He had Kim as well. Yeah. At this stage, it's so funny. When he was talking, of which I'll let you hear the audio, I was like, oh my God. Influencers. That's what they are too. They are a higher class of influencers because you know what? They cover each other's back. They push each other's businesses. No business pushers like the Kardashians. They push their business on the show and they push each other's business like crazy. And they're good at it. And people buy and people are influenced. So when he said Kim, I said, I hear it. She got her own percentage too. And so Russell is out there trying to justify so many things. And Kimora has to sit down here and listen to the nonsense. Russell, if you're so innocent, why are you in Bali? Why don't you come out of Indonesia and come and face the charges in America? Why are you out in Bali now giving Kimora a hard time? I'm telling you, Kimora has had a hard couple of 2-3 weeks. And let's not forget that this is the anniversary also of Kim Porter's death, of which the two of them were really, really, really good friends. And I did not know it at the time, but now I completely understand that they shared a lot in common. And most probably because of how their husbands were very powerful, very influential. It's interesting to me that Russell is even having this interview now. And I believe that he's having this interview because he's trying to clear the air about a couple of things, because Puffy just might bring him all the way down, which I think eventually whatever he's trying to, float above the water from will sink him. He took Kimora to court. Yes, he did. And he lost. And was ordered to pay Kim $100,000 because he said that she took the money in order to take care of her then husband who had embezzled $40 million. I mean, these are big chunks of coin. But it's not true. Not because I believe Kimora, but because the court said it. It's a lie. It is what? It is a lie. Are we living and loving? This is for my beautiful girlfriend, Lizu. I watched her show this summer and it was absolutely fantastic, copacetic. I'm going to put some pictures up for you. I live and love it. It gives me that 70s vibe. It's a dress and it's got buttons all the way down. You can make it sexy. You can make it formal. You can even button it all the way to the top. And all of a sudden, you have that very lovely, beautiful parents-teachers meeting outfit. Do we live? Do we love? So yeah, that's what's happening. Kimora's had kind of a crazy week. She has her ex-husband in Bali who has done nothing actually but to talk bad about her, to harass the children. Her daughters came out to say how badly the father had behaved, although I personally feel family matters should stay at home. But there comes a time when there's nothing that you can do. And you know, divorce is ugly. Divorce is ugly. And I empathize for everybody going through it. Because what happens, parents unknowingly, subconsciously, or deliberately want their children to pick sides. Pick my side. You never pick my side. You always say that about me. What about your mom? What about this? It's a terrible situation for children to be in. And they get punished for it because they're fair or because they're telling the truth and they're being honest. And that is what has happened with Kimora. She has had to take care of the children, which she doesn't mind. She stepped up to the plate. He doesn't financially take care of the children. She did what she got to do. She's had relationships and she's had marriages that hadn't worked out. She still steps up to be strong and do it every day. That step and repeat. Then you turn around and come and burn down my house. But like I said, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I didn't want this to be about Puffy. But can you see how 6 degrees of separation is turning out to be 60 degrees of separation? This is going to be intense. And I'm just sitting and waiting for it all the way to come down. I will cover Puffy again and again further down. I just want to gather a lot of information all at once and give it to you instead of just giving it to you every day. It does my head in and I'm done. But that's what is happening. And it's not only the people that were part of it, that knew about it, turned a blind eye, but now the children are suffering. His boys, I know, are suffering. Brands don't want to work with them because their father is Mr. Combs. Remember what I said in the beginning, that this was going to affect, that his legacy that he had built for 30 years has gone down the drain. The 90s was 30 years ago. It's coming back to haunt them. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love.